Hello, so I'm back with a new YouTube video. Okay, so at 9:01 a.m. we have English. We have our teacher who takes you can have a look at the names of the teachers in Jake's version. But anyway, we write stuff. Anyway, I got to writing my book, and this is what I was able to write. I wrote a book called The First 100. Called 10,000 First Words. It's literally just a book of 10,000 first words that some people might say. But warning, around 15 of them are swear words. So I'm not wondering, oh my goodness, she just, oh boy, what a swear word book. Now guys, I've definitely heard this for educational and entertainment purposes. I've even heard people say the F word. I've even heard one say the K word, or N word. So, don't say those words. You're 100%. Anyway, they all got to writing. The last one finished in 9:41, and it's called... And he actually only wrote a paragraph about the creation of the iPhone. Which is surprising. That's amazing, look. Our teacher is very lovely, and she actually treats us in correlation to how we would do into the punishment, and she did it right. And guess what? She isn't like other teachers who just put memorization, because she says, if you complete it to a certain point, I'll give you some credit. And I'm fine with that. Then we have our next student group. We have Jake, and you might be wondering, well, what are those symbols on her head? Well, I'll tell you what that means. That there means exponentiation, subtracting, division, addition, and also this one means multiplication. My math teacher has actually recognized this as a symbol that I'm trying to learn maths. Oh, and guess what? She actually decided to put me in a Year 7 maths class, and surprisingly, I did better than just about all the Year 7s. Yeah, better than all the Year 7s. And guess what? Jake is also doing good. And he's also doing good with Year 8. And Kate. But she isn't making it go too far in order to break the law of this place. Anyway, there was also an inappropriate joke that... Okay, so I was joking. There was also a very weird joke that one of the students said once the class began. So it went this... Hello, we're doing some math. No. Oh my god, we get it. Oh my god, we're doing... we actually doing crystal math. No, we're not doing crystal math. That's literally illegal. Why would you do that? Are you deaf? Yep, he's deaf. No, well, he isn't deaf. While that person isn't deaf, he unfortunately misinterprets everything in the wrong way. Anyway, she also has a high level of expectation, so we have to do kind of Year 2 to Year 3 work. The lesson today was on exponentiation. Yes, I know the school. It's very smart and complex for everyone. Everyone thinks it's a bad place, but you gotta realize that this is only a place for the smartest students. So unfortunately, a lot of these students actually sneaked in, and the only reason why they weren't caught is actually because they lied. What? You know I'm hearing you, right? What? Yep, I think they did lie. I believe you as well. I decided to mind read them, and it said that they're really dumb and actually like to make some very inappropriate jokes and even questionable jokes. Anyway, goodbye. Ha ha ha, I was joking. I'll never say that. Anyway, I actually wrote another maths book. Yes, I do apparently like writing tons of books, and it's called this. It's called The History of Mathematics. And yes, I actually understand tons of subjects. Like, I even understand low-level calculus, unlike Jake. Yes, I am better than Jake in some ways or more. So yeah, I guess I'm just a really advanced family. They got down the road, and guess what? At 10, I finished my book at 10:09. Jake finished his book at 10:12. It was a bit longer, so it makes sense why it takes longer. He finished it at 10:21. Him at 10:28. He finished his work at 10:45. Him is at 10:41, and his final one at 10:51. Yeah, and guess what? This is also where the and I also do some stuff at break time that's interesting. So break time is at... Wait, let me again. I don't actually do break time, believe it or not. But at 11 we do this subject. It's called history. Yeah, and what we learned about was we actually learned about this. Oh yeah, it's actually about the time that King Charles I was not king. Yes, unfortunately, some subjects can get pretty dark, but I won't show much because of production time. So I have lunchtime at 12 p.m. or 12 o'clock in this case. the thing I usually have is it's actually usually a carrot sticks and sandwich and a carrot sticks and sandwich and also a Twix bar. A Twix bar is what it is, and maybe a pack of crisps as well. But I might also have a beef jerky sandwich on special occasions. I don't prepare my own lunch, so I can actually make it when I want to, although I do follow some guidelines for it. Anyway, I talk about people's bedtimes, and I say it to people. Hey, Jordan, what's your bedtime? It's 8:30. What time do you get up? 6:30. So really, you still get a whopping 10 hours of sleep. That's still fine. What time do you get up? I usually get up at 5:50. Whoa, you are early. And what time do you go to bed? I go to bed at around 9. What? No way! So you only get 8 hours and 50 minutes of sleep, roughly. Yes, sometimes I go to even earlier than that. So I might even get up at sometimes like 5:45 to wake up Mummy when she's a bit late. And I usually do that on weekends. In fact, on weekends I sometimes go to bed at 10 o'clock. And fortunately I'm not a zombie. And I asked him what his bedtime was. So hey, what's your bedtime? 8:30. It's actually 12 o'clock in the morning. It's actually 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning? You need to get help! What the boop are you talking about? Ow. Well, you see, for some reason, my mother gave me a special kind of substance called Waketime. The substance stuck is what doesn't. It only works. It doesn't work too badly, and it works quite badly on me. But it does seem like it's working, as I'm able to stay up until 1 a.m. and get up at 6, and I've had no issues ever since. It's a pretty justifiable reason. Although I have heard side effects like nausea, vomiting, continuous diarrhea, continuous gonorrhea, possible strokes, possible brain hemorrhages, and even possible death. So how much should you consume? 8 atoms. Oh yeah, I found out that 9 atoms or more can actually cause some of these things to happen, so I guess I'll let off. And you can keep on doing your thing. Yay! I usually come out of school between 1 and 3 p.m. for all kinds of things like dental appointments, swimming, and also performing at a gig. Yes, I think I'm one of the youngest gig performers. However, today I decided to go swimming. At 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. I have swimming time. It is really fun for me. I actually can drive myself, although I choose not to because of the law. Actually, because of the law. Okay, that's the fact you didn't know. Okay. We only hear this beep 10 minutes have passed. Boop. Anyway, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. we usually watch a movie on a massive 300 something inch. Yeah, on a massive 300 inch TV called the TV set called Cine TV. I'll make a new definition. Any TV over 300 inches is called a Cine TV because it gives us a cinematic experience of what it feels like to watch a movie in the cinema. In fact, we even invite friends from time to time, but we don't really watch movies. We just watch a lot of channels like, we watch stuff like The Vegan Teacher, Zanny Feet 2, and our channel that you should subscribe to, Caramation's Epic. We post YouTube videos every single day, and I think it's amazing. Amazed how we're almost at 100 subscribers because we earned something like 5 today. So subscribe now. We're only 2 away from 100. Do it now. Between 5:50 and 6 p.m., I did the musical thing. Was I just love going to bed? No! Get to bed, you little boop! Oh, stop! You're disrupting my music! No! You know when I get angry, my voice can change to a masculine voice. You know that. You know that, you big boop! Why you calling me a big boop? No! Get out! You piece of boop! 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 Yep, she actually says a lot of bad words to me, and I've actually managed it somehow. And she says stuff like, "Go to bed right now, you'll have nightmares and die." And I'm like, no, I won't. No, I'm completely fine. Today she even said this. That's it. You're not having any dinner. I'm going to starve you. Don't bobbing run away from me. Yeah, I'm honestly terrified of my dad, but you might be wondering, why is he not in jail? Well, this will answer your question. We actually live in a mental asylum. Yes, our dinner is actually at a mental asylum, and we don't want to see Dad because he'll just try and put to bed. He'll somehow escape the mental asylum every day. I mean, guess what? There's only one time where he successfully put me to bed, but that's because he gave me something that made me unconscious. But I woke up at 6:14 p.m. to actually have our dinner. Oh, and speaking of which, that clip that sounded like that you thing, it's a joke, and trust me, GTS Andres, whoever posted that. Please, I was just using this for comedy, just doing this for comedy and entertainment. Oh well. Oh well, yes. At 6 to 6:30 we have a dinner, but we'll just pull up that clip because if you watched it, you know what we had. Dinner's at 6 p.m. and what I usually have for dinner is steak. Your steak, mashed potatoes, peas and chips. Yes, a very unusual combination indeed. Yeah, actually, it's steak. Jack has steak, mashed potato, and then mash, and beans. Surprisingly, Lucy, who's actually my mum's name, has steak, mash, beans, and chips. My little sister called Lily, who's 4 years old, she gets up at 6 and goes to sleep at 9. Yep, weird enough. So she has baked beans, waffle fries, and also ketchup. Yeah, I don't have any ketchup there. Yeah, I said in the video my bedtime was 6 to 9. Although that was actually a short time ago because I decided to decrease it to 5:45 to 5:50 in order to actually get Jake up if his alarm was late or it didn't go off. I actually did this for daylight savings where I set my clock back an hour like 5 a.m. and guess what? I only had 8 hours of sleep that day, so I guess so, it's fine. At 7 to 8:30, we watch a lot of educational content, and at the end, I also do stuff like the derivative of a certain number, or the example, or the chemical formula of the most complex substances. Usually between 8:55 and 1 second before 9, I usually do my bedtime routine, and then at 9 p.m. I go to bed and I usually say this. I say, "Now it's 9 o'clock. So long, people. You'll see more of me from tomorrow, starting from 5:50 to 5:45 to 5:50 in the morning." Fortunately, however, this isn't the end, actually. This actually isn't the end, actually, because believe it or not, I actually decided to extend it to 12. Believe it or not, on the first day of a month, I usually extend it to 12 a.m. or later. Here, I'll show you. On these days, on Saturday, so this only happens on Saturdays, but then at 9 or 1 o'clock, I say this. Ha! You really thought I was going to bed? Ha ha ha! See you. We'll see you for more. And then I get a 9:02 with my other family members. Unfortunately, Daddy's not there to get me because his bedtime's usually 9 o'clock on Sundays. Although she did stay up until 9:03 to sneak on me. However, it didn't work. Anyway, what we watched from 9:02 to 9:32 was maths content. And then at 9:32 to 10:02, watch history. And then 10:02 to 10:32, science. 10:32 to 11:02, maths. And then at 10:02 to 10:32, we have RE. Believe it or not, past 9 p.m., I actually have bigger eye bags. You might be wondering, well, it's very obvious, just get more sleep. Well, it's actually not because of that. No. This is actually those eye bags are actually an indicator of it's an indicator of how much the dad is asleep. So when they cross the eyes to their maximum, that means he's fully asleep. This happens around 11 o'clock. However, it does get me a bit worried when they turn off, like right here. But I usually challenge myself with harder questions like, what's the derivative of a certain number, and basically more complex. Oh, and anywhere between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning, I usually go to bed. And although this can vary depending on the week and what's going on in the family, so sometimes might stay up until 1 o'clock. Sometimes I might just go to bed. Sometimes I might just go to bed at 12 o'clock sharp. Oh, and this time, because of all the bad stuff that happened with my dad, I went to bed at 12:31 in the morning. So, goodbye. Keep in mind, don't make your children go to bed this late, and goodbye.